So today we're going to be learning something called guess and check, and this is where you guess certain solutions and then you plug them back into the problem to see if they work. Alright, so here we have somewhat of kind of like a puzzle, and it might look kind of difficult at first, but using what you know already, it should become much easier. So looking at the problem, we see that 1 and 4, when put together, equal 5, 2 and 5 equal 12, 3 and 6 equal 21, so we have to figure out what 8 and 11 together equal. So we'll start off with something that you'll probably see first, which is the 1 and 4, which added together equal 5. So let's use this addition rule to do the second one. 2 and 5 equal 7, which unfortunately doesn't equal 12. So we know that this strategy doesn't work. So we're gonna have to use a new one. So now let's do 1 and 4 together, but instead we see what can be added there to equal 5. In this case, it's 0. So 1 plus 4 plus 0 still equals 5. So let's use this for the second one. 2 plus 5 equals 7, plus 0 equals 7, which again, like the first, does not work. So we're gonna have to use a completely different strategy, which uses both addition and maybe something else. So let's use a strategy that'll get us close to 5. That's not addition. So we do 1 times 4 is 4. To get to 5, we need to equal 1. So let's use this for the second one. 2 times 5 equals 10. And for the first one, we use the 1 came from the very first part of the problem, 1 and 4. So for this one, we'll use 2 from 2 and 5. So 10 plus 2 equals 12. So let's use this rule to check the third one. 3 times 6 equals 18. And then we take the first part of the 2, which is 3, and add them to 18, which gives you 21. So we see that all of these worked, so we know for sure that this is the right strategy. So we'll do this for the last one. 8 times 11 is 88. And we'll take the first part of the problem, 8. 88 plus 8 equals 96. And there's your answer. So we'll keep using this method of guessing different patterns and then checking them with each one to see if they make sense. So for this one, we'll do the same as last time. 3 times 5 plus the first digit, 3. So 15 plus 3 equals 18, which does not equal 16. So we're going to have to use a different strategy. 3 times 5 is 15. And what do we need to equal 16? It's 1. So we'll try to use this strategy for the second one. 4 times 7 is 28, plus what? Equals 30. Well, this digit is 2. So we see that the first one was 1, the second one was 2. So we can guess for the third equation we might have to use 3. So we'll try that out. 7 times 9 is 63. And then we'll add 3, but that equals 66, which is not 64. So we know this strategy doesn't work. So instead, let's try to do something different. We see that a lot of the ending numbers, what these things equal in, like 30 and 64, are relatively large. So let's try multiplication, which will get us big numbers. So for the first problem, we need something that equals 16. So the possible factors are 4 times 4 is 16, 2 times 8 is 16, and 1 times 16 is 16. Well, which one of these two factors are closest to the two digits we have, 3 and 5? Well, 3 is close to 2 and 4, but if we're using 2, 5 is not close to 8. So it can't be 2 times 8 equals 16. So let's try 4 times 4 equals 16. Well, to get 4 times 4 from 3 and 5, we need to add 1 to 3, which gets us 4, and we need to subtract 1 from 5, which gets us 4. So let's use this method. So for the second one, we see 4 and 7 is 30. So like the first one, we'll take the first digit, add 1, and then multiply that by the second digit subtracted by 1. So we get 5 times 6, which ends up being 30. So now let's use this pattern to check the last one. 7 and 9 is 64. So we add 1 to the first digit, 7 plus 1, multiplied by 9 minus 1, the second digit. So we get 8 times 8 is 64, which equals out. So now we know that this pattern is correct. So now we use this for the last one, 1 and 8. So we add 1 to the first digit, 1 plus 1, and then we subtract 1 from the second digit, 8 minus 1. We get 2 times 7, which is 14, which is your answer. So this method is called guess and check, and this can be really useful for when you have no idea what a pattern in a problem is. So you guess different patterns and you get closer and closer until you get the right answer.